Reds fans, this is huge! End of an era. 100 meters winger incoming. Alonso pushing for a midfield superstar. Smash that like button, subscribe for daily Liverpool updates, and let's dive straight in. End of an era at Liverpool with iconic star tipped to leave before it turns nasty. One of Liverpool's greatest ever players has been tipped to leave the club in the summer before his situation turns sour at Anfield. If the trio of Alisson, Van Dijk and Salah never played another match for Liverpool, they've already done more than enough to go down as bona fide legends of the club. The threesome have been at the heart of Liverpool, re-establishing themselves as a true force in the game over the past decade, though all good things must come to an end. Of the trio, it's Salah who looks likeliest to leave first. He's under contract until 2027, though his public outburst late last year was perhaps a sign of things to come as the Egyptian continues to decline now deep into his 30s. The ultra-reliable David Ornstein has previously stated Liverpool have no plans to let Salah leave in the summer. However, if he continues to labour, Arne Slot will find it difficult to justify his undroppable status, and we've all seen how Salah reacts to being on the bench. What's more, Team Talk have also been informed that when Liverpool Chiefs held talks with Salah's camp when smoothing over the tension in December, it was made clear to the Reds that Salah will not accept a squad role. As such, outspoken pundit Rafael van der Vaart believes a parting of the ways would be the best for both sides before Salah's situation at Liverpool turns sour. When I look at Mohamed Salah and the position he plays on the pitch, he has lost that extra half yard and the pace is gone with age, began van der Vaart when speaking to Sky Bet, as cited by liverpool.com. When you look at Virgil van Dijk, age is less important for a defender. There were games he performed not at his best, and everyone writes him off, but over a full season, even at this age, he shows everyone how good he is. Having a big player and a big name, like Salah, is sometimes a problem for both the player and coach. When you expect certain things as a coach from him and he doesn't do it, then of course you have the right to put him on the bench. But because it's Mohamed Salah, this can cause a massive issue. In every press conference, every question will be on Salah. It could be best for both sides if Salah goes somewhere else in the summer. In other news, Liverpool could capitalise on the uncertainty at Tottenham by signing at least one of their players this summer, with sublime talent Luka Vuskovic having become the third star to appear on the Reds' shortlist. Elsewhere, Real Madrid chiefs finally appear to have settled on which centre-back to sign in the summer, and while it's not Ibrahima Konate, it's still not wholly positive news for Liverpool. Finally, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed a return to European football is on for Darwin Núñez, and we can reveal which two Premier League sides have held preliminary talks. In another news, Alexis Mac Allister out-muscled and slow despite scoring Liverpool winner as man uttered plan audacious move. Alexis Mac Allister turned out to be the hero for Liverpool as Arne Slot's side edged past Nottingham Forest at the City Ground on Sunday, just days after it emerged that Manchester United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to bring the midfielder to Old Trafford. On February 16, 2026, the Mirror reported that Man United are keen on a 2026 summer deal for Mac Allister. The report claimed that Man United co-owner Ratcliffe personally wants to get a deal done for the Argentina international midfielder. Man United are on the hunt for new midfielders, and Mac Allister is the latest to be linked with a move to Old Trafford. While transfer guru Fabrizio Romano subsequently dismissed suggestions that Mac Allister was on Man Ut's shortlist, comments from the Liverpool midfielder's camp added fuel to the fire that he could make the shock move to the Red Devils. Mac Allister's father, Carlos Mac Allister, responded when asked about a possible move to Old Trafford. "Alexis is only thinking about Liverpool at the moment. We are waiting for an offer to renew his contract. We will see what the club's plan is." When asked if the midfielder might consider a move to a different league if Liverpool's offer falls short, Carlos Mac Allister replied, "We'll wait and see what happens with the renewal. That's all." On Sunday afternoon, Mac Allister featured in his first Liverpool match since rumours about Konate surfaced. Liverpool midfielder Arne Slot deployed the Argentine in central midfield in a 4-2-3-1 formation against Nottingham Forest at the City ground. Mac Allister had a late goal disallowed for handball, but just moments later in the 7th minute of injury time, the 27-year-old scored what proved to be the winner after he bundled the ball into the net from close range. Although Mac Allister scored the winner, the Liverpool media were far from impressed with the general performance of the midfielder. The Liverpool Echo gave Mac Allister 6 out of 10 in their player ratings and observed, bypassed continually in midfield and regularly played the ball to anyone or anything but a teammate. Slow in thought and action, and glanced one header well wide second half before having goal chalked off controversially, and then another allowed during astonishing injury time period. Liverpool.com gave the midfielder 5 out of 10 and noted another off-colour performance from the World Cup winning midfielder. Mac Allister was too often out-muscled and struggled to keep the ball, but few will remember that after his late heroics in Nottingham. Rousing the Cop rated Mac Allister's 6 out of 10 and wrote, same verdict as Gravenberch. Mac Allister repeatedly gave away possession and offered little going forward. Was unlucky to have a winner ruled out, but got his redemption with almost the last kick of the game. Got to praise him for that. The Daily Star felt that Mac Allister deserved to get just 5 out of 10 and argued, regularly out-muscled in his battles and too effortlessly bypassed by Forest midfielders. Insufficient quality on the ball as well, yet emerged with Liverpool's winner at the death moments after being thwarted. Latest Man Ut and Liverpool transfer news. Meanwhile, Man Ut have been told to raid Chelsea to sign one of their defenders. Transfer guru Fabrizio Romano has named the player that Man Utd will offload for sure at the end of the season. Liverpool have learnt the transfer fee they need to pay Tottenham Hotspur to sign one of their young midfielders. There is also speculation that Liverpool want to sign a Tottenham defender who is out on loan at the moment. In another news, Tottenham set tempting price as Liverpool hunt generational. Signing Tottenham Hotspur have reportedly given Lucas Bergvall an enticing valuation as Liverpool track the midfielder and 2 of his teammates. Bergvall made 12 appearances for Brommapojkarna before joining fellow Swedish club Djurgårdens in February 2023. Bergvall quickly made a name for himself as one of the best teenage midfielders in Europe, prompting interest from some of the biggest clubs around. Barcelona tried to sign the Sweden international, but were surprisingly beaten to the deal by Tottenham, who finalised an £8.5 million deal. Bergvall joined Spurs in July 2024, and the transfer has proven to be a great piece of business. The 20-year-old is a classy performer who is on his way to becoming one of the Premier League's top midfielders. Bergvall is currently recovering from an ankle injury, though his stock remains very high. According to Swedish outlet Fotboll Direkt, Spurs now value Bergvall at around £57 million or €65 million or $77 million. That is news which will alert several of Spurs' Premier League rivals, most notably Liverpool. Sources confirmed to us on Wednesday that Liverpool have entered the race for Bergvall's potential capture. The Reds have registered their interest in him and are closely monitoring developments in case there is an opportunity to pounce. We understand Villa are also in the frame to snare Bergvall, who has been called a genuine generational talent by Spurs head scout Rob McKenzie. On February 14th, David Ornstein revealed that Spurs rejected inquiries from Chelsea and Villa for the starlet in January. Spurs' struggles could give Liverpool, Chelsea or Villa a better chance of signing him. Bergvall among 3 Liverpool targets. Confidence is low that interim manager Igor Tudor can turn things around, with Spurs currently sat in 16th place. Falling out of Europe again would be a huge blow for the North London club. Bergvall is incredibly one of 3 Spurs players Liverpool are interested in. It emerged earlier on Sunday that Arne Slot's side have repeatedly sent scouts to watch defender Luka Vuskovic shine on loan at Hamburg. Manchester City, Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain have all been dazzled by Vusković's form too. Spurs value the centre-back at 60 to 70 million euro or 52 to 61 million pound. Plus, we revealed on February 7th that Liverpool have identified fellow Spurs defender Mickey van der Ven as a possible replacement for Ibrahima Konate. In another news, Bayern Munich believe Liverpool have personal agreement with €100 million winger. Report Bayern Munich believe that Yan Diomande has an agreement with Liverpool to move to Anfield in the summer transfer window, according to a report. Liverpool are among the clubs keen on a 2026 summer deal for Yan Diomande. Team Talk's transfer correspondent Fraser Fletcher reported on December 9, 2025, that Liverpool manager Arne Slot and sporting director Richard Hughes view Diomande as a long-term successor to Mohamed Salah. Sources have told us that RB Leipzig won at least €100 million or £88 million or $118 million for the 19-year-old Ivory Coast international winger who joined the German club from Leganés in the summer of 2025. Bayern Munich are also interested in Diomande, but according to Bayern Space, the defending Bundesliga champions believe that the teenager has a deal in place with Liverpool. The reputable account on X with 32,500 followers that has been praised by respected reporters like the Daily Mail's Merseyside correspondent Lewis Steele has doubled down on claims that Bayern want to sign Cody Gakpo from Liverpool in the summer transfer window. Bayern Space wrote on X at 7:22 p.m. on February 21, 2026. Internally at Bayern there is growing discussion, as I exclusively revealed weeks ago following Yan Diomande's rejection, about pivoting toward Cody Gakpo as the alternative on the left wing, with influential voices inside the club convinced he would thrive in the Bundesliga's open transitional spaces in a similar way to Luis Diaz. And what has added a new layer of tension in recent days are fresh indications, including signals interpreted from contacts around Gakpo's representatives, that have led some board members to increasingly believe the Premier League club holding a personal agreement with Diomande could in fact be Liverpool, although this remains an internal reading of the situation rather than confirmed information and is still being handled with caution at executive level. The ironic twist is that Bayern could end up indirectly financing that very move by paying up to £65 million, around €75 million, to sign Cody Gakpo from Liverpool, effectively funding the transfer of the player who rejected them in the first place. A scenario that underlines how quickly leverage can shift at the top of the market. Even if inside Säbener Strasse, there are figures insisting they would ultimately be comfortable with such an outcome provided the investment guarantees immediate quality and decisive output on the pitch. Liverpool plan. Regarding Gakpo, while Bayern Space insists that Bayern want Gakpo, Football Insider journalist Pete O'Rourke has reported that the German giants have no plans to raid Liverpool for the Netherlands international forward. The transfer journalist, though, has claimed that Liverpool could sell Gakpo this summer. O'Rourke said, "I would be surprised if Gakpo went to Bayern. Obviously, last summer it seemed as if it was a choice between Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz for Bayern Munich, as they wanted to bring in a new left-sided winger. They obviously went for Diaz, and it's been a massive success for the German club. Diaz has really hit the ground running for Bayern Munich. He's become a key man for Vincent Kompany's side, so you would imagine that he has that left-wing spot locked down. Gakpo obviously is a versatile player who can play anywhere across that front line as well, so I'm sure Bayern Munich would still have him on their list, but I don't think it will be a priority for them right now. I don't think Liverpool will be rushing Cody Gakpo out of the club either. They're a bit short of attacking options on that left-hand side," O'Rourke added. If Liverpool were to bring in another left-sided attacker in the summer, then maybe that potentially could open the door for a move away for Cody Gakpo, but he's under contract until 2030. By all accounts, he remains happy at the club, even though he does come in for a bit of flack from some Liverpool fans for his performances. He's clearly still seen as a key man by Arne Slot because he keeps picking him. Latest Liverpool transfer news: double Tottenham raid, Leeds defender wanted. Meanwhile, Liverpool have learnt the transfer fee they need to pay Tottenham Hotspur to sign one of their gems. Liverpool have also taken a shine to a Tottenham Hotspur central defender who is out on loan at the German club until the end of the season. And finally, Liverpool are said to be planning to raid Leeds United for one of their centre-backs. In another news, Xabi Alonso wants Liverpool to sign the world's best midfielder as €70 million battle erupts over generational talent. Xabi Alonso has made it clear to Liverpool that he wants the club's owners, Fenway Sports Group (FSG), to sign Arda Güler from Real Madrid in the summer transfer window, according to a report, as the Reds and Los Blancos compete for Tottenham Hotspur central defender Luka Vuskovic. There have been rumours about Arne Slot's future as the Liverpool manager throughout the season, but it is extremely unlikely that FSG will sack the Dutchman before the campaign ends. However, Team Talk's transfer correspondent Fraser Fletcher has reported that Liverpool plan to discuss Slot's future at the end of the season. Xabi Alonso wants Arda Güler at Liverpool. Sources have told us that Liverpool have already made contact with Xabi Alonso, whose time as the Real Madrid manager came to an end in January. We understand that Alonso would welcome the chance to manage Liverpool, having starred at Anfield as a player. Fichajes has now reported that Alonso has told Liverpool that he wants to sign Güler from Real Madrid should he become the manager of the Reds this summer. The Spanish news outlet, which is often speculative and whose reports need to be taken with a huge pinch of salt, has claimed that Güler is the express request of Alonso. Madrid are said to value the Turkey international attacking midfielder at €90 million or £78.6 million or $106.1 million. Güler flourished under Alonso for Madrid in the first half of the season, so much so that Brazilian star Neymar described him as an amazing player and the best midfielder in the whole world in January 2026. Liverpool target Luka Vuskovic. According to Sports Boom, Liverpool are among the clubs that are keeping tabs on Tottenham Hotspur defender Luka Vuskovic. Vuskovic is on loan at Hamburg from Tottenham at the moment and is scheduled to return to last season's Europa League winners at the end of the 2025-26 campaign. Liverpool are said to have been impressed by the Croatia international central defender's performances for Hamburg this season. Real Madrid are also scouting Vuskovic and believe that he is a generational candidate. Manchester City, too, have sent scouts to follow Vuskovic, with Tottenham valuing the youngster at €70 million or £61.2 million or $82.5 million. Liverpool learn Lucas Bergvall price tag. On February 18, 2026, our transfer insider Dean Jones reported that Liverpool are among the clubs keen on signing Lucas Bergvall from Tottenham Hotspur. Aston Villa are also keeping tabs on the situation of the 20-year-old Sweden international midfielder. Swedish outlet Fotboll Direkt has now reported that Tottenham want £57 million or €65 million or $77 million for Bergvall. Bergvall has made 71 appearances for Tottenham so far in his career, scoring 2 goals and providing 8 assists in the process.